Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. So today we're gonna have perhaps a somewhat controversial video. And I do think, however, that it is important to have this conversation. And this video will in fact be a response to Brian Grant's video about stopping to clear the content. And first, before we get into anything else, it is very important to recognize the fact that you can have a difference of opinion and still respect other person's opinion and conclusions that they have drawn. And it's very important to just put it straight up that I agree with a lot of points that Brian says. In fact, most of the points in Brian's video are excellent points, and he approaches game in a certain way, and it has worked well for him. I, however, do not share the same idea in regarding some specifics in that video, and this is nothing more than me creating a discussion, debate, discourse. This is not me trying to throw shade on Brian or trying to pick some sort of beef or anything of the sort. It's a simple matter of fact that I do see some things differently. I have had different experiences in this game. And with that being said, I do want to focus more about the part where he goes into hoarding resources with arguments of you never know what champions are going to get released, you never know what you're going to need in future when you're going to need to deviate. It's always good to have like excess amounts of materials to work with. Right, all that being said, and that is fair standpoint to sit in. My personal experience has been that it is in fact quite harmful to sit on the same said resource prolonged periods of time, and let alone that be the reason why you're halting your progression. I think there are no better example like the current Glory Store, and he addressed that as well in his video, and he said that quite occasionally we do get these price drops in Glory Store, and that's why he has healthy amount of glory at hand at all times. And that's fine. I like to have some excess glory as well. But the whole idea of either not opening, let's say, map 7 crystals to get catalysts, or just to sit on some other crystals on resource for prolonged periods of time, directly contradicts with that. According to Brian's own argument and my personal belief, the prices always are dropping. Every single resource in this game, with the possible exception of battle chips, with possible exception of units, with signature stones, kind of, for whatever reason, 6-star signature stones haven't dropped in a value for a year. But other than very few select resources in this game, the value of them are constantly dropping. Pretty much everything is subject to inflation. Everything means less the more time goes past, and easier it gets to be acquired. Great example are these tier 5 basic catalysts. Now in this update we're able to purchase 6,750 tier 5 basic catalysts for 900 glory. When Glory Store started, it was 900 tier 5 basic fragments or something like that, for even higher price. And the same road has been with every single catalyst. Like tier 2 alphas, when they initially came out, Kabam could easily charge us $100 for a single tier 2 alpha. They can't do that now because nobody's going to buy them for that price. Why? Because they are significantly more easy to acquire. And they charge us $100 for tier 4 class catalyst initially. And now nobody would obviously pay that. And the same goes for pretty much everything. So now when you drop in your inventory, and if you want to hoard as many tier 5 basics as you can, it's not good for you. It's not good for you because you are putting your account back. Obviously, I'm not talking about rushing into rank ups that you otherwise wouldn't, but it's always best, in my opinion, to work with current game's economy, because the catalyst you acquire half a year ago and manage to hoard till today is effectively going to mean a lot less. And what do I mean by that? let's remember TFI basic catalysts. Now TFI basics are flowing in like nobody's business. If you are playing towards the top level of the game, it's quite hard to get rid of, which was one of the reasons Brian made the video initially. However, with the same mindset, TFI basic was the most rare, valuable item at some point in this game. Let's say rewind a year and a half, when top end players only had 2 or 3 rank 5 stars. Hoarding them would equal to madness. Why? Because prestige race is real. Why? Because there is plenty of content that you want to make easier for you and you want to progress within the game. This resource is extremely rare then. It's not nearly as rare as it is now. So if you didn't use it back then, you effectively robbed yourself of an opportunity to use a fully ranked up champion this entire time. And if you're short or down a TFI basic catalyst today, you can get that in a week or less than a week. 1 AQ cycle, you can easily get that. Year and a half ago, you had to wait a month to acquire that. So this inflation of all of these resources, in vast majority of the cases, make it best to use it right now. To put it quite simply, absolutely not a single crystal shard you own now, not a single catalyst that you have in your inventory will ever be more valuable than it is right now. Within half a year, TFI class catalysts are going to be far more common. So why not use them now? And you're going to be able to acquire more later for less effort. We have seen quite significant influx of TFI class catalyst fragments already. In side events, with quality difficulty, in alliance quest, and pretty much everything. So once again, if you pay arm and a leg, whether that is grind time, whether that is actual money, whether those are hoarded units to buy an offer, to acquire TFI class catalyst today, use it. Use it as soon as you have an appropriate target, because a year down the line, you're going to more than likely going to be able to acquire full TFI class catalyst in like 1 cycle of AQ. So all of that hoarding you're doing right now will be largely irrelevant a year later. And the same idea, eventually, yes, we're going to be able to take champions to rank 4, and it's going to be great to have these catalysts handy. But at a time when we will be able to take champions to rank 4, it will sure as hell be a lot easier to take them to rank 3 as well, because the catalyst flow will have improved significantly. So when it comes to these specific resources, catalysts, and that also includes crystal shards, does anybody remember how long did you have to save for 2 6-star crystals a year and a half ago? By the way, funny fact, I believe today is a 3-year anniversary of 6-star champions being included in this game. So let's say 2 years ago. We had to wait a month and more. It was like once a month, once in 2 months kind of thing when we open a 6-star. Right now, if you are playing all the current content, do the side events, do everything else, you can open that 6-star much, much quicker. With Alliance War seasons, with new content being released, with exploring, Cavalier, and uncollected difficulties, you can definitely get a 6-star character in a month. Quite straightforward if you do all the content. So again, hoarding those crystal shards and not gaining access to all the new champions, therefore somewhat holding yourself back from either getting into a better alliance or simply improving your own alliance prestige, is ultimately costing you at the long term. My bad there. Got a bit carried away talking. Right. That is my kind of like biggest opposition opinion to Brian's. A lot of the things that he says there are definitely very worthwhile. You need to be conscious that you can use crystals as storage option. You need to be conscious of all of these changes in the game, and it's always wise to plan things out. But when it comes to using resources that we have constant flow, constant influx on, and that are definitely subject to inflation, and as a result of that are getting less and less valuable by the month or by every 2 or 3 months, my personal approach is it's always better to use what you have now, because whatever is going to be coming into your account past this point is going to come faster, and you're going to be able to acquire it easier. Every time AQ gets updated, TF5 Basics, TF5 Class Catalyst will get devalued from a point where they are now, and then get more accessible. So, in my opinion, yeah, help yourself. Rank up champions that you want to rank up without fear that you're going to need that catalyst later, because later you will still be able to form those catalysts, and easier than you did the first time. It's kind of like, in theory, every 5-star crystal that you acquire comes faster and faster and faster as the time moves on. Right, but that is about it. Let me know what you guys do. You guys like hoarding? And do you guys like sitting on your catalysts, or do you guys like going with what you have? Before I finish, I do have quick points. I do not consider, let's say, hoarding for the new set of 6-star features or 5-star features, something like that, as a long-term hoarding, because the crystal shard value and champion value doesn't largely change within 3 months or so. So I think that is a perfectly fine behavior, if you will. And also, I am not, and this is very important, I am not encouraging anybody to rank up champions that you don't like playing with just because you have a catalyst. But I am saying, if you like a champion, but you might not be sure that maybe 2 months down the line, instead of quote-unquote settling on Black Widow Clairvoyant, which you find awesome, you might pull Doom at some point in future, and you would want to rank Doom. Just rank Black Widow Clairvoyant. By the time you pull that Dr. Doom, there's a good chance that you will have formed another catalyst for him. That is the main point of this video. Do not procrastinate your rank ups beyond whatever kind of like points based on your hopes and dreams and expectations of things that might never happen. If you have a good champion, if you have a catalyst, use it. You're gonna get another one at some point. But yeah, that is about it. Let me know what you guys think, and please do remember, be respectful. And again, I'm making this video largely because I respect Brian's opinion and thought process. In fact, he's one of the people who I ideologically clash, but I have no problem seeing the underlying arguments he's trying to make. And as I said before, I agree with many of them, but not all. And this is one of the ones that I don't. Yeah, all that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I am going to catch you guys soon. So yeah. Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the